be.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. But you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense?
Yeah, see, okay, so let's get started. Let's get right into it. So right now, they're in the middle of, a lot of white supremacists, Confederates, sympathizers, Confederate sympathizers, alt-right, all those folks like to far right. They're like anti-Semitic. So they always want to know why black people don't get on Jewish people as a whole. So they were talking about that.
Immigration.
It's because white supremacists do not have any power.
You do, but the thing is, genetically, the white supremacists, your birth rates are declining. So nature is kind of whooping on the white supremacists.
That's not how, you're not making any sense. See, this is the black IQ, coming into effect. Okay, so.
Okay, let's go into the IQ thing. Right.
Yeah.
Because, my IQ might be very low, but at least Mother Nature is making sure that my IQ stays here and yours is getting up out of here. So why doesn't Mother Nature like you and your high IQ? How come you haven't figured out how to get them birth rates together?
Well, I'm just proving to you that white supremacists don't control anything. Because if they did, then the white populations in white countries would not be decreasing. That's just obvious.
Sir, in Middle America, you have all white cities pretty much, and you're still in decline. You don't have no immigrants out there. You're in decline just because.
Yeah, what's interesting that shocked me is that it don't really matter where you're at in Georgia so far that I've seen. I mean, maybe Atlanta might be a little different, but everywhere else that I visited, most of the homeless people are white. And that's kind of shocking. And sometimes they be couples, both homeless.
Because of your genetics, the white supremacist genetics are, recessive. And you live in these segregated enclaves, and then you try to keep everything white, and you start laying up with your cousin and your uncle and your aunts and shit. And that gives you a lot of these weird neurological diseases and things like that. So it further accelerates the genetic decline. So it is not immigration. It's just nature getting the white supremacists out of here. Now, how do you feel about nature doing that?
You're just making shit up because you're on one hand, you're claiming that white supremacists are controlling America. I mean,
the white supremacists.
Nature doesn't control government and immigration policies. People do.
Yeah.
And if the people are letting non-whites in mass to replace the white population, then those people letting those immigrants in are not white supremacists. White supremacists are not going to do that.
What about these places that don't even have a whole bunch?
Yeah, he doesn't know. Tariq is just roasting him right now.
Of immigrants like that, and your birth rates are still in decline. What's the excuse for that, sir?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if
and what does
white supremacists
way? And by the way, a lot of the immigrants that are let over, they're not amalgamated into white society. You don't let them into your communities. Y'all let them over here with us. Y'all throw them up in our communities. So they're not even in your communities like that. So what are these immigrants doing to you?
They're taking over our country, and they are going all over the place. The Indian and Asian immigrants, they're taking very elite positions. They're becoming CEOs and upper management.
Well, this is the thing.
You know what I mean?
This is the thing, because I'm not a big proponent of immigration. I'm not putting a cape on. But the thing is, you're complaining about something. You use immigration as a buffer against the foundation of Black Americans. And
no, nobody does anything against you guys because nobody thinks about you guys. You guys are not relevant in any decision making.
Really? So then why would you create a whole system of unconstitutional laws to marginalize us, deprive us, sabotage us? If that was true, then why you guys have mass incarceration? That's a complete lie. It's actually the opposite. You're always thinking about us.
The hell you don't. All you do is think about us.
Right.
Everything.
No, I mean, all we do, we have to pay a lot of money.
Slow down. Everything about your culture.
Racial profiling, like all these crime bills, everything that they put in existence, they're thinking about us. This guy is delusional. And if they were smart, which we know the IQ thing is cherry-picked pseudoscience, but if it was true, there's no way that applies to white supremacists. Like, no way. Like, they are really dumb.
Is wondering about what we
Same
do
day.
and whining
Right
about
there.
black people. That's all you do. That's all you guys do on the internet. You be on 4chan all day sharing anti-black
Yeah, dude is
memes. You're on
lying.
Reddit all day sharing anti-black videos. We are front and center in your brain. That's all you think about. That is your culture. Looking up black trauma porn. That's all you do.
Right, 1865.
Talking about IQs, your little jab about black IQs. That's all you do all day. So you can't say you don't think about us. You think about us all the time.
Right, because
Right?
if you didn't think about it, then the IQ comparison would be another group, another ethnic group. Everything they do, they compare themselves to us.
Come on, Anti. I don't have you muted, sir. I don't have you muted. Unmute your mic.
No, I don't think about you guys all the time.
You do. You do.
But so since I've proven that white supremacists do not control America,
You didn't prove
the only other group that does
You-
is Jews, and
That's-
you don't talk about them.
that's
So you say you say you don't like immigration,
oh,
but you don't talk.
slow down. If they control this country, how come there's no
Yeah, he came back yelling and snapping.
Jewish president and there's never been one? If they control this country, why there's never been a Jewish president?
Well, they don't need to be president. They control everything else that matters because the president.
Wait, if they don't need to be president, then why you guys are hell bent on voting for Trump and other Republican candidates? That's actually a contradiction. So why you put so much emphasis and power into the presidency?
Presidency doesn't have a whole lot of powers. I mean, they control everything else.
Lord, everything is just so powerless, and there's these secret
Right.
Jews
No,
like the
put that back.
Wizard of
Don't do that.
Oz controlling you. So
Yeah,
the Jews
yeah.
make the police unions racist. Is that what they do?
Are you a Zionist?
So the
Yeah, this guy this white guy wasn't prepared.
Jews make the school systems racist, makes the medical industry
Yeah, school to prison pipeline, medical apartheid, all these things, or mass incarceration, all these things are Jewish people, sure.
racist.
The school system. How is the school system racist?
Yeah, it's always been. The school system has always been racist, anti-black. They rezone everything.
Anti.
They do everything they can to deprive black
So you're saying that because you guys
because
perform poorly in school, that the school is racist?
right. We perform school.
No, okay, no, that's
Why do we perform poorly?
lower IQs.
Okay.
And also,
So okay, let's
you got
go there. Let's go there. If our IQs are so low, why is there so much economic deprivation? Why the need to deprive us of resources so much?
you guys destroy everything that comes in your community. I mean, you get like any store. That's why you go in any black community. Everything's all boarded up. Everything.
Yeah, now we asked him about Soul City. We said, okay, who hand was in that? Soul City, who hand was in that, making sure. So when it comes to urban development, when you really research this, you'll see that they'll start the project, but they never finish it. They'll start it, but they'll never finish it. If they start projects in their own community, they'll finish it. They'll start and finish it. But it's going to always run into some they're going to underfund it. Just a whole bunch of, always something.
It has bars and bulletproof glass. The only businesses that
No, it doesn't.
have the balls to be in your
Go
communities.
down. No, that's in poor.
So again, like this dude is talking about a black city that's no different than any city that's poor. So it's not about a black city. It's about poor cities in America are violent. You're gonna see crime. You're gonna see crime for sure in poor cities. Now, question is how and why are these cities poor? So I was just watching something yesterday where this YouTuber went live. Okay, there was two black men that went to an open home, right, to sell, and the white guy pretended the house wasn't for sale. He lied and said there was no open house. Black dude went home, and I researched it, and it was open house for a whole hour. Nobody showed up but these two black guys. And I heard stories about like 84-year-old woman selling her beachfront. When she found the buyer was black, she flat out told them, no, I don't sell to black people. So by doing that, you're keeping people confined within a community that's poor, undereducated, underfunded, and yeah, crime usually comes from those communities, regardless of race, religion, ethnicity.
Poor communities, all right?
They still Ricardo
Black middle-class communities don't have that, all right? Middle-class black communities don't have that. See, that's that black trauma porn. That's
Yeah, I was going there next. Like, show us these stats in the black.
Daddy,
Yes.
let me get the football.
Okay. Yeah, show us these stats when the city is black middle class. It's non-existent.
your fantasy of black people living in the ghetto with boarded up windows, and that's a fantasy. Y'all kind of get off on that. That's a white supremacist fantasy. But tell me more about these IQs, my low IQ and all of the others. Why are our IQs so low? What's that about?
So where are these mythical middle-class black neighborhoods, other than maybe a couple in the DC area where they're all getting, basically
out here in LA, Baldwin Hills.
They're getting federal jobs, which
Baldwin Hills out here. There's some black.
Where's that? I don't know where that
Los
is.
Angeles, out here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Houston, beautiful black neighborhoods in Houston, middle class, upper middle class in Houston, beautiful upper middle class neighborhoods in Atlanta. So
we got two so far out of 1,000.
we have Prince George County, Maryland. There's a
Okay, we got 3 out of 1,000.
upper middle class. So yeah, we should.
So you can name them on one of your hands. That's good. Good for you.
I can. And thank God we have them. After all of the economic deprivation, we shouldn't have any. But we're so phenomenal, we can do it like that. But tell me more about these low IQs while you're in your.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So in Appalachia, the poor whites are just as poor as blacks, the poor blacks in the inner cities. And they don't have bars behind,
Emily, I'm gonna tell you firsthand, he's lying. These whites out here in Georgia, okay, they are living in trailers that I don't believe another human being in this country will live in. Family, what we hear about, if you've never seen it before, you heard about it, you might have watched the show, but like a trailer park, they're all not the same. They're different. I'm talking about, like, you wouldn't believe, like, the condition. Like, telling you, man, you would say, hey, there's no way somebody lives in that. And you'll see a white guy sitting outside, doing something. I'm talking about flimsy. If a storm come by, it's probably gonna tear it up. They are living really, really bad. Really, really bad out here in Georgia. Some of the worst. There's nobody up north. There's nobody that the most crackhead doesn't live like this. No, crackheads either gonna live in a house, and those abandoned houses are more put together than some of these small little trailers. It's really bad. So he can never compare like poor whites to poor blacks. No. When I was being shown that, I just couldn't believe, like, what the fuck? I'm like, damn, other white people let other white people live like this? No charity, no, that's wild.
Behind all the businesses, and they don't have bulletproof glass or anything like that. Poor whites are not violent in the way that.
Because in Appalachia, they're living like dirtbag hillbillies. They got 3 teeth in their mouths, and they're eating squirrel meat. So yeah.
Did you know that the violent crime rate of the NFL, full of black multimillionaires, is higher than Appalachia?
Sir.
So it doesn't matter how much money you throw at black Americans. You guys will find a way to be violent. You guys will find a way to commit crimes.
Sir, nobody's more violent than you suspected white supremacists. You're the most violent people in recorded history. That's either true or it's not true. Nobody's more violent than you suspected white supremacists. The white supremacists, they go around killing millions of people at once. They go around committing genocides. They go around wiping off entire populations. You really want to compare violence? Nobody's more violent than you suspected white supremacists. Right? You guys have committed genocides everywhere you've gone, sir. I don't want to hear about somebody robbing a damn liquor store. You guys rob whole continents. Nobody's more violent than a white supremacist, sir. That's either true or it's not true. Listen, name some of your icons who are not violent. You don't need, look, with us, foundational Black Americans, for every thug, a hood rat, or whatever, we have a Rosa Parks, Dr. King, Malcolm X, Ida B. Wells, Dr. Claude Anderson, John Henry Clark. We got foundational Black American icons, Muhammad Ali. We got icons who are honorable to balance that out. Who are your honorable icons that are revered worldwide, who's not violent and a degenerate? Name one.
So half of those icons you named all had Jewish backers. Martin Luther King Jr. was a communist and a sex pest.
Everybody's a Jew.
He was a rapist, and
Right.
Jews wrote all of his speeches. Okay. By the way.
Yours then name your white supremacist.
Rosa.
No. Name your icons that are revered around the world who's not a degenerate, who's not a violent degenerate. Name one.
Yeah, I mean, scientists, inventors. I mean, white people built literally everything.
Who?
You know, so, I don't know what to tell you.
Who? Name them. Who's revered around the world? Who?
Yeah, well, no, they built that. We built everything except for like the peanut butter. I'll give you peanut butter. I like almond butter more, by the way. So
you should be able to name your white supremacist heroes who are revered and honored and respected around the world, like a Dr. King, like a Rosa Parks. Name them. And
again, Rosa Parks was a Jewish plant. That was a total setup. That was not organic.
And she's still honored and respected around the world. Name yours.
Because the Jewish.
No. Name the white version of Rosa Parks who's honorable and respected around the world. Name them.
Who the hell respects Rosa Parks? This was a Jewish plant.
You can't.
And
you see, he can't name nobody, ladies and gentlemen. You see that? I just want you to understand. You can't name an honorable icon from your community who's respected and loved all around the world, who's not a degenerate. So you're not at liberty to say anything. You can't name anybody. When I bring up our phenomenal icons, you start talking.
I just said all the inventors, the scientists, the engineers.
You name them. You can't name the ones who are.
It's just like almost all of human history. What do you want?
You can't name, but you can't name one. So that means you don't believe it because it's not true. You don't have any icons.
It's just like literally everyone.
Yeah, who? Jeffrey Dahmer? Come on, who? Everyone like who? John Wayne Gacy? Everyone like who? Ted Bundy? I mean, who? I can name some people in your community who's known around the world now. I can name them.
What community? What? I'm not in a community.
The respected white supremacist community. At that.
Oh no, I'm not in that.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, you are. Yes.
No. But you sound like a black supremacist though. I can tell you hate white.
Impossible.
You have hate in your heart.
Impossible. Yeah. I can't be. How can I be a black supremacist? You can't have two supremes.
I mean, you're so racist. You hate other black people.
No,
I mean, you hate other non-American black people.
You just mad. I don't hate.
Yeah, this guy is all over the place. Like, white supremacists are usually more polished than this guy. Y'all gotta admit, like this is like one of the dumbest. As far as they all dumb, but sometimes they're polished in their white supremacist arguments. This guy just all over the place. Oh, you hate other blacks. Oh, the Jewish people. Oh, this guy said NFL football stars or players are more violent than the hillbillies. Dude, these NFL players are suffering from CTE. This guy gonna compare hillbillies to people with possibly mental illness, brain disease. That's how far they would go to chase. And when we talk about black middle class, we're not speaking about NFL players. I don't know if they will fit in the middle class. I think they'll make a little more money where they're in rich neighborhoods. The middle class isn't really rich neighborhoods. So the NFL players that, you know, they're going to most likely live in rich neighborhoods. I don't think they'll make up the middle class. Anyway.
I'm cool with them. You're just mad because you can't name any icons in
Nasheed
your
D,
community who's respected,
quiz,
sir, because
Jesse, yeah, and that's what hurts them the worst. When we name, and this is where they got to bow down. When we say name your Rosa Parks, and even with Jamaican Dream, and we say, hey, name your Jamaican Dr. King. You know, anybody they can name, they was over here. So like they'll name folks Shirley Chisholm. They'll say Stokely Carmichael. Yeah, but they were influenced by us. They joined our movement, and they got some swag on them. When we say that, we're saying in your communities, fighting for you guys, where is your version of Dr. King? Where is your version of Rosa Parks? Where is your version of Frederick Douglass? Like, where are they? And it's okay that you don't have them, but then humble yourself, man, and you know, give the flowers where they do.
because there are none, because you have a degenerate white supremacist
Deep
culture,
South.
right? Huh?
Yeah, hit the like button.
I'm not a white supremacist. I want
You're suspected. I'm not.
But yeah,
Yesterday I didn't get about the like button. Yeah, but today hit that like button.
no, I mean, white people have built literally everything. So yeah,
Right.
just read a history book.
Including genocide. You built modern genocide. You built modern economic deprivation. You've built.
You know, if black people were as advanced as white people, you guys would have done 1 billion times more genocides, because that's how much more violent you guys are. So,
Sir,
yeah, white people are.
nobody is more violent than you. Nobody wipes out whole populations of people like your folks, sir.
Is that why you guys are a tiny percent of the population, and you do like a majority of the murders and the rapes and the killings and everything like that?
No. Y'all do that. We're time.
No. A mass shooting is
Yeah. So I was saying, don't fall for that lie. We Foundation Black Americans make up 13% of the population, but we commit 50% of the murders. They all got that from Jared Taylor, and it's a lie. They misrepresent the FBI files. Okay, they misrepresent FBI stats. It does not say that, nowhere near. Okay, we commit as many crimes, murders amongst us, and white folks do it amongst them. It's the same percentage. It's not far. 51% us, 49% them, something like that. It's very close.
if you kill 3 or 4
20% of the population because of your immigration. This goes back to the immigration. You guys used immigration to try to pile people up on us to act as buffers. Now you think it's backfired on you. That's a you problem. That's a you problem, sir.
In case you want to know, Jamaican Dream, I timed you out for 30 minutes. Okay, dude, you're just dumb. Who is the European for one? A Tethered Dream said European. We don't talk like that. We don't say European. There's white people in America. They're white Americans. We don't say European and group. Y'all do that. We all Africans. We don't do that, bro. We call people by their ethnic group identity. Okay, so we don't do the European. No, we don't do that. If you're Jewish, you're Jewish. If you're Scottish, you're Scottish. We call you by your ethnic group name, right? So I had to time you out because you can't even hang with us. Nobody says European, bro.
And again, you guys couldn't build this country over here by yourselves. You guys failed when you tried to build
Jamaican
colonies in
Dream.
North America, didn't you? Before 1619, y'all didn't have shit over here, sir. You tried and you failed over and over and over again, sir.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, he's bragging about what white folks accomplished and achieved. I was gonna be like, yo, what did y'all accomplish and achieve without other people involuntary help. Like, what did you accomplish by, like, where did y'all go somewhere and put your bootstraps and get it done? Just Europeans. And it happened when they came over here to America in the what was it, early 1400s, 1300s. The Spanish, the French, the English, like, these folks got little to nothing done, and they killed each other. Like, how do they come over here to establish white power and then kill each other when they see each other, and then was eating each other? Like, listen, like, their first attempt over here to establish this country as a colony of theirs somehow, their first attempt was a complete failed mission. They starved. They fought each other. I think the French crept up on the Spanish and killed them, and didn't have no food, and literally ate each other. So, dude, stop.
So who's
1619, more Jewish made up nonsense.
oh
See, this is why you won't criticize Jews, because they help you guys. They help you guys. They help you guys by reinventing history. And, they use you guys against white people. That's what Jews
trolling about Jewish people. Yeah,
blacks and Black Americans and Jews are the.
You're just mad because the Jewish community ain't sharing none of the resources with your ass. That's what you mad at. The Jewish community, they got their money together, and you're sitting up in a trailer park acting as their foot soldier, and you're not getting none of the money. That's what you're upset about.
I didn't say anything about money, but it's very typical.
Yeah, y'all don't care about no Jews. Yeah, y'all have never helped us against any type of Jewish targeting. You never helped.
Why would I help you?
Right,
guys?
that's what I'm saying. So why are you bringing Jews? Right, exactly. You just said it. Why would you help us? So therefore, why would you sit up here and want us to talk about Jews? You're not helping us, and that's not helping us. So why would he?
Yeah. So again, that's a question that he's not going to answer. It's like, why you want us to join you guys against Jewish people, but as though we're allies? But then when we say, hey, man, you guys never helped us out when the Jews did us dirty and paint us bad in media. And when I say Jews, I'm not saying every last one of them. I'm going with his language, the white supremacist language. Because they say Jews, that's all of them. Like, it's like stupid pseudo babble. But when those Jews, if they exist, was out there shaming us in the public and media, where were these white supremacists, backing us up?
Okay, so you admit that Jews use blacks against.
You just hit it on the money. You white supremacist Christians, y'all get with certain folks who just happen to be anti-black, who just happen to be Jewish, and y'all work together against us. Therefore, I put you both in the same damn.
Who are you calling a Christian? Can you read? Do you know what anti-Abrahamic means?
I don't give a damn what you are.
I'm not a Christian.
This is why we put you all anti-black races in the same category. That's why I don't break you up. You just proved the point. You said, why should.
Okay, so I'm just glad you admitted that.
Why should we help you against Jews? Exactly. That's why I put you all in the same category. I ain't gonna break you up in different groups. You work together against us, sir. Thank you for proving that. You see?
No, Jews work together with you guys against white people.
No. It worked.
Yeah.
No.
That's why you won't criticize them, because you know that they're benefiting.
White supremacists. I don't criticize people just because of their religion. Yeah, being Jewish is not bad at all. Being an anti-black racist is horrible. That's what I criticize. Like you. You're an anti-black racist, so I'm critical of you, no matter what your religion is. I don't give a shit what.
No, I love everybody. I don't hate anybody.
No, of course you do. But yeah, sir, what do you think about them struggling birth rates, though? Huh? Are you going to do some, I know y'all trying to do transhumanism. I know that's a lot of, like Elon and those people, they're trying to get into that in order to prolong your race. They got to mesh you with AI and robots. So are you, sir, in the near future, you going to be a robo-hunky?
So every time you use technology like a phone or Twitter or anything like that, or like air conditioning, do you thank white people for allowing you to live in such comfort? And
Hold on. I know he ain't say air conditioning. The air conditioner in the car, that was a foundational Black American. So we had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of inventions and innovations. If they were taken out of America, America today will probably won't even be a superpower. So this dude is very disrespectful.
You
Convenience.
want to Google who made the modern air conditioning, sir? You want to Google that?
Yeah, it was white people.
No, no. Some of the modern air conditioning, a lot of foundational Black Americans had some.
Yeah, so I went through a list of the so-called black inventions.
Yeah,
Like 90% of them are
no,
fraudulent.
it's all.
It's not true.
So it's
Yeah,
basically,
it's all
I'm
made up.
white and I
Okay, family. This is why he believed they're fraudulent. Because some of us said they were inventions, but they were actually innovations. And it doesn't change anything because I did a whole show on that, family, the difference between innovations and inventions. And innovations largely are better than the invention. The invention is the first thought. It's the first time it came to existence. It doesn't mean it's the best version of itself. So if you think about the first car, right? Who invented the first car or the first cell phone? Now compare that to the innovated cars today and the innovated cell phones today. Which one is better? Okay. So just because this was the invention, it doesn't mean it's better than the innovation. All right. So our innovations carry more weight than the actual invention. A lot of times. Yeah, I would have cooked this dude.
say so. You try anything.
You guys just make up your history.
Anything we do, y'all try to debunk it with I'm white and I say so. Yeah, the modern air conditioning.
No, it's because you guys don't have any history, so you literally just make up your history.
Who don't have history?
Black people.
Sir, we are the history and the culture here, sir. Everything about American culture comes from us, right?
Okay. So how come when Europeans discovered you guys in sub-Saharan Africa, you guys didn't have two-story buildings, you guys didn't have the wheel or anything like that? You guys didn't have.
All right, so family, we did a show on this. First of all, that wasn't us. We said sub-Saharan, that's not us. And that's the people who you say they were. But let me speak on their behalf. They did have two stories. And a lot of them did not have a will because they did not have flat ground. A lot of the ground was, stepping over vines and whatever's on the floor. So a will would be ineffective. There was no need for a will in those terrains, is what I'm trying to say. The will would do, try to go through a forest with a bicycle. That's a straight forest. No bike trail, you won't get anywhere. So there was no will because no need for will. Will have been insufficient. So family, these guys are terrible, man. These white races they don't come with anything original. It's just pure hatred.
Have written languages in anywhere except Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm. So
why did that happen?
What do you think they had in Egypt?
Those are not black people.
Yes, they are. What are they?
No, they're
are
not.
Caucasians, or that's I'm white and I say so. What are they?
They're not sub-Saharan African.
No. Sub-Saharan African is some white supremacist made up bullshit. Everybody.
So when an Egyptian is in America doing something you don't want.
Everybody traveled all over Africa. If it's not blocked off by anything. There was nothing stopping a person from Egypt going down into Southern Africa. Absolutely nothing. They weren't blocked off. The same people.
Yeah, Egyptians are not black, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, they were. Just I'm white and I say so don't work here, sir. They were black.
Yeah, but if an Egyptian in America did something you don't like, you wouldn't claim them as black. You would say, oh, that's a white person, or
Okay, that's dumb logic. He should have stayed with the original argument. Now he's going somewhere else, and that's not working out for him at all.
You would not say that they're one of you.
People there now, those are not the ancient Egyptians.
They never were.
Yes, they were.
In fact, in ancient history, they were whiter than they are today because the Arabs went in there and intermixed with them.
Egypt?
Yeah, with the Islamic conquest.
White people living in ancient Egypt in that climate.
Well, I don't know if they were white, but they were lighter skinned than they are now.
Can you get your lie straight, sir? How could white people live
Listen.
in that hot ass climate in ancient times dressed the way they were?
Well, we know because there's a history and civilization there that's recorded, and
So you
black people don't do that.
people came from Africa?
Again, this is another white supremacist argument. There's no evidence, okay, that supports that white people were Egyptians. Like that's just horrible.
Yeah, and they have there's other evidence like
White people
paintings and there's
so white people came from Africa, right?
well, there's like mummies, I think, and we kind of know what their skull shapes.
So you're saying white people came from Africa?
No, I mean, well, I believe in evolution, so like on a long enough time span, we did. Yeah.
So why would no come let's look at science. Let's talk about it. Why would white skinned people evolve as a group in Africa? How would you become white in Africa?
No, I think that they probably tan well, you know. But,
Really? You didn't think your bullshit out, did you?
dude, nobody, no scientist.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I said, bruh, you said white people were the Egyptians and they must have tanned. Bruh, they don't tan today. Like they got to put on like some type of stuff on their skin to get brown in those tanning machines. Yeah, dude is crazy. Like, listen, there is no serious academia in the world that remotely hints to that white people were Egyptians. Like that's just the furthest from the truth. Like everybody else got more claim to that than white people. They are the last people, probably them and Chinese, that can make that claim.
Historian or archaeologist or anybody thinks that black people originated in Egypt. That's just ridiculous.
But Egypt is in Africa.
It's in the continent of Africa. Good
So
job.
you're telling me that these are white people.
I didn't say that, but they're not black.
So what were they? Some kind of alien race from outer space? What were they?
So you think that if you're not white or black, you're like not human?
See, Tariq, in this case, he shouldn't have said black. He should have said African. Yeah, so the better argument, so if you guys debate Egypt and what color they were with a white supremacist, don't say the word black. Say African. And remember, that's how Candace Owens got Nick Fuentes. Because Nick Fuentes said the Egyptians were not African. And she was like, what? Aren't they from North Africa? She's like, yeah. Aren't they African? Yeah. So that's how you really get them.
Then what are you even saying?
Thousands of years ago, who else would be there besides black people? And the name of the country was called Kemet, which meant land of the blacks. It wasn't about no damn soil, also black. It was called land of the blacks. So who else would live there?
Where did you get that from? FBA Education.com? Where did you pick up that stuff?
You can look it up, sir. You didn't know that Egypt is not the original name. That's what the Greeks.
Yeah, I know that blacks were not in Egypt thousands of years ago.
Why did they call it the land of the blacks then?
I don't know.
They just be saying shit, huh? Just like you. You be the same.
No, yeah, you just be saying shit and it's just ridiculous.
So I'm white and I say so. It's kind of falling apart.
Well, ask Grok. Ask Grok if the ancient Egyptians were black.
Yeah.
Ask Grok if they were ethnic sub-Saharan Africans. Ask it.
Ask Grok.
Yeah, here I'll do it for you.
Yeah, also ask, were they white? You see, it's going to be tricky. But let's wait for his source.
Either Elon Musk, Grok. Got it.
His source results.
Okay. Did you ask Grok?
Yeah, I'm asking it right now.
What did Grok say?
Exactly, C-Quiz, Myron Gaines for sure. I can't wait to call in. I can't wait to call on his channel.
So Grok is saying, so they were primarily a North African population with a mix of ancestries. They were not predominantly ethnic sub-Saharan Africans.
That ain't the question. So y'all try to whiten up the damn question.
So they're not.
There's no.
So they were primarily a North African population. So yeah, you know who Coptic? You know Coptic.
I hope Tariq can let them slide with that. So let's read the results again.
So they're not.
There's no.
So they were primarily a North African population.
You heard him. He said primarily a North African. You see, don't use the word black. Take it from Candace Owens. Use the word African and they're dead. So yeah, so don't argue that. Just say, are they African or not? They're gonna say North African. Okay, north, south, west, east. So are they African? And they are. They were and are African. And that's all that matters. Africans are not white. They're not European or Spanish. They're African.
So yeah, you know who Coptic? You know Coptic Christians?
Oh Lord, they're not.
Yeah. Those are those.
See, now he's deflecting. So he read North African, and the word African stood out. He was hoping Tariq didn't catch it, but then he switched it to Coptic in the church. You see, because he knew that Tariq said, "Okay, African, we're okay." Tell me more about that. You know. So yeah, that's why when I do that with these races, I don't do the whole black thing, because black is something we made up in the 1980s. African works better.
Those are the original Egyptians. So if you look at them, that's basically what they look like.
Stop with that Coptic bullshit. That's y'all trying.
You're funny, man. You know what I like about you? I know that you understand that your audience is.
No. Sir, that's a projection, sir. You're the one here babbling and stumbling, just saying stuff and making a fool out of yourself with your high IQ, sir. You realize some of the shit you're saying don't even make no sense. That I'm white and I say so looks ridiculous. You're just trying to use I'm white and I say so, and you're realizing in real time how ridiculous you sound. So according to you, Dr. King and everybody who's black and prominent are controlled by the Jews. There's no president who's Jewish over here because the Jews are running things secretly and they control
Look how crazy
everything.
this sounds. This conspiracy theory.
Yeah, how many Jews are in the Trump administration? How many Jews were?
Right. Stormy Watcher. And so yeah, let's not get caught up on their talking points. Let's just get caught up in the facts. Like you said, Lewis Howard Lattimore, his involvement, because he helped. That means that he gets some credit. They didn't do it independently. That's the whole point.
In the Biden
Ancient Egypt has a bunch of white Africans, and you can't explain how they got white and where the hell they came from. And you said there was no wheel, but there's cave drawings up in Libya of black people 7,000 years ago with wheels and chariots. Very well documented. So yeah, it's too easy to debunk you, sir. You're on the fourth.
So you think that
You're on the 4chan starter page. You're not even.
Yeah, he is upset.
You think that that Elon Musk is doing a conspiracy with Grok?
Dude, your shit has been debunked in the 80s. You haven't even updated your bullshit. Dr. John Henry Clark and Brother Phil Valentine, they debunked that shit you talking back in the 80s and 90s, sir. That's old. Can you update your stereotypes a little bit, sir? That's probably why your birth rates are declining.
So why did Grok disagree with you?
Sir, Grok just said something about North African, which is
okay. Yeah, North African. That's not sub-Saharan African.
They're still black. Like I said, there's no such as sub-Saharan African. That's some white supremacist made up bullshit. African people traveled all around the continent. They weren't stuck and separated from each other. They traveled all around. So there was no difference. You had different phenotypes, head shapes here, head shapes there. They're all black. All of it was black.
Man, you're coping. This is pathetic.
Would cope you as a European. Now the Greeks and the Romans, y'all try to claim them. They were nothing like you Anglos.
Yeah, this dude is a bad representation of the white supremacists. He's horrible.
They were absolutely nothing like you. Were they? In fact,
Yeah, the Greeks and the Romans have an incredible history.
yeah, but they weren't. They got it from the Africans. They weren't getting.
No, nobody got anything from you guys. You're talking. Stop making shit up, man.
Yes, they did.
Hey, buddy, create your own history. Create your own story. Stop stealing it from everybody else.
Sir, please. Though that's why the only places that was popping in ancient times was Rome and Greek because of their proximity to Africa. Why you think?
Oh man.
What else was going on in Europe at the time? Huh?
They had a proximity not to Africa, to the Levant and North Africa, which is not where your people came from.
The Levant region. What was going on there?
Yeah. Not African, not black people.
Where was the advanced civilization then, back in ancient?
Not your ancestors. That was a different group.
No. Africa. It was going on in Africa, sir.
You can just keep repeating. Sub-Saharan Africans don't get to claim all of Africa. That's not.
Then Anglo white supremacists don't get to claim Greece and Rome, right? Because y'all were not the same at all, right?
Okay, I mean, you can change the subject.
Changing the subject. No. If we were not, if all black people in Africa were not the same, then all people in Europe were not the same. And you definitely were not anything like the Greeks and the Romans. Phenotypically, genetically, intelligence-wise, militarily, at all. You were nothing like them. In fact, they looked down upon you, the Anglo-whites.
No one ever claimed that all white people are like totally the same.
No, but you're trying to take credit. You're trying to take credit for Rome and Greece, and you're an Anglo. They had nothing to do with you. In fact, it was those Anglo-ass vandals back Rome and up Europe. It was you guys who it up, didn't you?
So what European country do you think was the least impressive?
When y'all sack Rome, the Vandals, and even the word vandalism comes from you Anglo damn degenerates. You went down there and sacked Rome, and then Europe went into a damn dark age for 700 years. Right?
Yeah. Did you read about that?
I know. I've been all over Europe, sir. And it was black.
All right. Well,
it was Black Daddy who had to come up there and save your ass, the Moors.
Stormy Weather said what did I say? I think you did a typo. You said yeah, you might have spelled that wrong. Stormy Weather, retype that so I can read it. Let me read some. So, Ricardo Flott says Egypt was once part of Ethiopia when it was of the Songhai Empire and didn't become Egypt until the fall. When the Greeks crossed the Mediterranean, they became lighter period prior. Ethiopia was jet black. They're waiting for a screenwriter to write an American where we never existed. Love to see that. And then let's see. Sequez said YouTube made room for people to diss us. Yeah. And for our music to be promoted as violence. Yep. With all that sexual music the women make, but it all goes back to the European Jubilees that people fear. Tashi D says he's most likely a second or third gen trying to claim. He's terrible. Yeah, he's really bad. Like I'm never up when he's on his Twitter thing. I'm never up. I'm a 10:30, 11 p.m. type of guy, Eastern time. I'm knocked out, but I would love to try to get that guy over here.
Well, you can thank white people for teaching your ancestors how to read.
You can learn that history. You can thank the Black Moors for coming up there and getting those damn plagues.
Tariq responded right away. Yeah, this white dude is terrible, yo.
Eggs off to your ass. Y'all was sitting up there with boiled.
The Moors were not.
Oh,
black.
let's stop with this. Stop. Then we're not even going to even tell that lie. Don't even.
Yeah, so nobody's black to this guy.
fix that. They were jet black. That's why they were called Moors, and they went up there and
7 Up
saved
says
you. If it
Ramses
weren't
has
for the Moors, you'd
E1B1
still be over
A
there with a
haplogroup.
boil on your ass, eating a rat sandwich, sir.
Rat sandwich.
Let's be real. Y'all didn't have shit going on up there in Europe until the
So yeah, the Moors were indigenous North Africans. Why do you keep trying to claim North Africans? So it was
So that's why I say I wouldn't use the word black. I would just say African, and that's it. Okay, Africans had to clean you up. Africans had the will. See, I'm just saying Africans, bro. You can claim what they look like all you want. I'm just saying you need to think Africa. You see? So don't limit yourself just, claiming, when you debate, don't limit yourself to just South Africa, East or West. No. Include North too when you're debating the white supremacists.
Berbers,
they were
the Arabs.
Because it becomes like a word game. It becomes semantical. And they're going to lose that one. Okay, you need to think Africa. They're going to hate that.
Mixed population.
Sir, the Moors were so black they changed the phenotype of Spain and Italy, sir. That's why they're so dark over there. It's not because of the Mediterranean.
Yeah, they made them look more Middle Eastern.
No, yeah, well, they were tearing up them white coochies, and yeah, y'all came out a little darker. They made a fixed mulatto race, basically. Right?
Yeah, so yeah, no, you're just
I'm
making
not
shit up.
making anything up, sir. The Spanish used to be blonde hair, blue eyed. Now look at them.
Hey, yeah, it's true. Hey, 7 Up. Well, what's good? Are you foundational, Black American? What are you, Caucasian, White American? Let us know.
They all look like Drake. That's because of the.
No, there's lots of Spanish people with blonde hair.
Not really. I've been to Spain. I've been all over Spain.
Yeah,
I didn't see one. Literally not one.
I know you're lying about you're lying.
No bullshit. Ain't no damn blonde hair, blue eyed Spaniards. Not no more. That shit don't exist. They all.
Yeah, it does.
Come on now. Yeah, that Moorish gene, though, that black Moorish gene gave them a nice permanent tan, sir. And that's what you're afraid of. You're afraid you're gonna get one of those permanent tans when brothers tear up some of them white coochies. Is that?
Yeah, see, Queer, that's actually a bad faith argument to say they taught us how to read. Well, first of all, wait, hold it. You can't teach us how to read at the same time make it illegal to read. Like, okay, which one is it? Like, both, that's a contradiction. And a contradiction is simply two things can exist at the same time that oppose each other. You can't say at one point it's illegal to read and then you taught us how to read. Right? Come on, doesn't make sense. So that means that at some point they intentionally made a lot of us illiterate, and then come back and say, "Okay, you want to read now?" That's again, like some of his arguments, like the average white person wouldn't even repeat. Like this is, y'all gotta understand. You guys, when you hear white supremacists argue, like you might lump up all white people. No, I always said white supremacists are the dumbest of the white people in America and globally. They're the dumbest. Like they deny simple history. They deny a lot of things just to promote their doctrine, their religion, and which is white supremacy. So when you hear them talk, don't conflate or don't confuse them with the average white person who might be giving pushback as well. The average white person who might be against us too would never repeat the things that he's saying. So be careful. They're not all this stupid.
Is that what you're afraid of, sir? Huh?
Why do you hate white people so much?
I do not hate anybody, sir.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's obvious.
Because somebody's tearing up white coochie. I'm talking about the brothers hitting some white cooch. You think that's hate?
No, I can just hear it in your voice. You really despise.
I don't. That's you projecting, sir.
He can hear it in his voice.
That's a
He got the majority
I've
spirit.
never said anything about despising white people. There's some beautiful white people out there, beautiful white women that brothers are piping down, and I think that's.
See, there you go.
What? Am I telling you a lie? What's that?
No, you know what you're doing.
What am I doing? I'm telling the truth, sir. And that's let's tell the truth. You got a problem with the white women getting piped down by the soul pole. That's your problem. That's what you have an issue with.
Muck. He doesn't understand. Tariq Nasheed is trolling him. He's roasting him. Like, he's not taking him serious. Like, once you become that delusional when it comes to history, like, people stop taking you serious, and then the jokes and the trolling comes. That's all you're doing right now. Like, Tariq been checked out mentally, just like the chat checked out. Like, we all know this guy is just dumb, and he's literally on white and I said so. This is a prime example of on white and I say so.
It ain't about immigration.
Muck.
It's about soul pole going up in them alabaster cooch. That's what you're.
So why do you hate immigration? Is it because every other ethnic group outcompetes your group?
Really?
Is that why you hate it? Why you said you don't?
Well, if everybody outpaced us, there wouldn't be a such thing called the FHA, the Federal Housing Act of 1968. There'd be no such thing as that. Okay? If everybody outpaced us, then there wouldn't be laws to block folks from racially discriminating against us. That doesn't make two things can't both exist. You don't got to block out people who you believe are inferior. Like, for example, if some people was born with a mental brain issue, right, where they need to be taken care of their whole life, right? They're like 18 years old, but the brain of like a 5-year-old. You don't got to racially target them. You don't got to deny them certain civil liberties. You don't got to marginalize them. You don't got to pick with them. They are not a threat at all. So they can't keep saying we're not a threat and everybody's outpacing us, but then attack us and keep us from home ownership, employment, loans, and things like that, underfunding our schools. They both can't exist. They know that. They just don't think we know that. So when it's pointed out to them, like Tariq did, it's like, oh, I don't have an answer.
Don't like immigration, how come?
No, because it doesn't benefit us. But yeah,
Oh yeah, because they all outcompete you guys.
How come they're not outpacing us in their homeland? Right?
No, isn't it kind of funny how like dirt poor Mexican or Chinese immigrants, they come here and a lot of them will like grow up in a black community and end up being way more successful than any of the native blacks in that community.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. And they just totally debunk your claim that it's the schools, because these ethnic groups literally go to the same black schools that you're complaining about are underfunded, and they turn out just fine. And they turn out
no. And that's not true, because in my city, our middle schools were predominantly black. So when the people he said came through, those schools became predominantly Latino. And the black people, Latino teachers, Latino principal, Spanish became the dominant language in those schools. And the black folks had went to charter schools. So yeah, he's not making any sense. Nope. The black kids went to charter schools. They got a school in my city called, the name changed, but it was Obama. Obama ran, I don't know if it's first or second term, but a charter school is called Obama something. And black folks went there. So again, the dude just talking.
just fine. They go to colleges and they end up doing fine. So
yeah,
a lot of Chinese immigrants will
So immigration tool for the white man. Yeah, exactly, Stormy. They use that as a weapon to undermine us. Every time like something is done on our behalf, the immigration gates are open, and we're not just talking about Latinos. We're talking about Southern, Eastern, Western, and Northern Europeans. Pinky says if we move to another country, to all the handouts and work and pay no taxes. Same thing, nuclear family structure, paying illegal women to have anchor babies, but paying black women to abort theirs and leave theirs. SMH, we definitely the same. Yeah, playing for that's where I went to school at.
Name all of their icons that are globally respected then, since they do so well and they're so respected. Name their global icons who are respected, like ours.
I mean, yeah, you guys got some basketball players. Who
All
cares?
right, basketball players, singers, actors, activists. Name them.
Yeah, no, you guys are good at performance and stuff like that. Activist, that's just being like a puppet of some Jewish
Right, right.
billionaire.
Okay, so how come you can't name any icons from your group or these other groups?
Well, I just told you to read a history book because it's just full of
But
white
you,
people creating the modern world.
but you can't name anybody.
Yeah, the modern
You
world just got created.
can't.
Yeah, this white supremacist didn't even do his homework. Yo, go back and read the Jared Taylor pamphlet before you debate us on our platforms, man. This is
By whites.
You can't
Yeah, the modern
yeah,
world.
yeah, yeah. You can't name anybody who's a global icon who's respected as a hero. You don't have any heroes. Is that the thing?
so sleep with the third eye open says, so why are the Asians outran them? I think you made a typo. Sleep with the third eye open. You said, so why are the Asians outran them? We need to point. Yeah. So, but I think I know what you're trying to say, but we do point that out. And not just the Asians, the Nigerians, a lot of the Indians. Exactly. Exactly. And they know that. And that kills their white supremacist ideology. Going and raise their chest. Man, really? Chest. Man, I think I know a Chad Smith. Did you go to Hubbard?
Thing that's bothering you, you don't have no heroes.
Okay, well, let's say Elon Musk. There you go.
Oh, since the 30s? Wow. Damn. So when it was all white. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Sleep with the third eye open. Right. So those performances debunks their IQ talking point and how they're so intelligent. But see, here's the thing about that third eye open. The reason why that they outperform them so easily is because they don't racially discriminate against them. Like they're left alone. And we'll do the same thing if we were left alone.
Really?
Richest man in the world, literal genius.
Really?
Yeah, genius.
Elon,
You know,
people look at Elon Musk as a joke. Elon Musk has a bunch of baby mamas out here, and he's throwing up Nazi salutes. He's getting into Twitter.
He said, sure did. Yeah, I think I know you. So I think he says immigrant families get welfare and the man can be in a home. Yeah, facts. Even white folks first got welfare. The man could be home in the house. He just couldn't be a breadwinner. But he could be in the house. They didn't have no man in the house act for white men, or actually anybody other than us. I feel free. Debating Wikipedia is a argument that really gets accomplished.
Spats with
it was an awkward wave. It was an awkward wave.
that is your hero. That's my point right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is my point. All right.
He's not my hero, but he's respectable.
This man has a
He's better than all those clowns you listed. What
talking
Rosa?
about black people, but Elon Musk runs around throwing up Nazi salutes, and he got a bunch of baby mamas.
Right, Orlane.
Really? And that's your hero?
Right, Chad.
Wow. That's not that good, is it? That's not good at all. Huh? Anyway, any last words, Anti? Okay, he left. Okay, I guess I embarrassed him. I didn't take him out.
Exactly, Pinky. And listen, people really want to exalt us and push us up, but because they think, because they're following after white supremacists, like they believe what's most needed right now is to exploit us. So you know how the colonizers exploited the resources of the land of like African countries, Okay, well, Foundation Black Americans, like we are the land itself. They're trying to exploit our resources, our labor, our genius, our intellect, things like that.
I guess he felt so stupid talking about Elon as a
I'm gonna just go
hero.
ahead and say it,
I guess the
TV.
embarrassment
We are
made him
Foundation Black
leave.
Americans, freedmen, facts.
The thing you accused us of, that's your hero. Elon Musk has a bunch of baby mamas.
Yeah, he just killed himself. All right, so now I'm gonna go into this one's over. I got some updates. We're gonna talk about, some updates. I got some Africans wilding out. All right, so we're gonna watch some Africans wild out. You know what's crazy? It was Africans who were. Now, I'm not saying solely, but Africans were unaliving the Asian community, and we were getting the blame for it. Watch this. So now I already had this. Tariq is doing this at 2:00, but I already had this in my queue. Y'all can see it right now. Let me show you my it's my playlist. I already had this one in my playlist. Okay, let's go here.
Money was intended to help small businesses, but it went to fancy cars and property. Fox 5's Denise Dillon talked to the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Georgia about the case.
Carl Torjagbo used some of that money to buy the.
Now look, this tether would say they walk hard, right? But look what they call working hard.
His house. Authorities say he cheated the government out of millions of dollars so he could lead a lavish lifestyle.
Torjagbo is a fraudster from Marietta.
During the
Torjagbo, you know where he's from.
Pandemic, Carl Torjagbo got a $9.6 million Paycheck Protection Program loan.
Look at this
On
scammer.
top of that, he filed fraudulent tax returns that generated a $3.4 million IRS refund.
That's $13 million of money obtained from the federal government through fraud.
He spent that money on this home in East Cobb, land in Northwest Georgia, a number of high-end vehicles, a down payment on a 72-foot yacht, and plastic surgery.
Got himself $15,000 worth of gladiator abs.
Torjagbo was able to get the PPP loan, claiming he had a company, Kremkov Industries.
Kremkov Industries was running a gold mine in Ghana.
The company was fake, and so were the hundreds of employees he said worked for him.
According to Torjagbo, 493 people who were living in the United States but working a mine in Ghana. And he identified by name a number of those employees to the banks. Individuals like Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman, Oliver Twist, Jon Snow. This was really a notorious fraud.
This dude
While it
was
may
wild.
seem almost comical, the money Torjagbo received was meant to help small businesses that were barely getting by during COVID.
But it's horribly offensive that this was money meant to help struggling Americans, and it was wasted and abused by this criminal.
Torjagbo will be sentenced
You
in
gotta beat me
November.
up.
The maximum he could receive, 170 years. In Marietta, Denise Dillon, Fox 5 News.
170 years, yo. All right, family. That's wild. I got some more tether news later on. Y'all gonna be hollering. So a temp agency tether nurse got fired at her job, and she wilded out. When I go live again, 3-4 o'clock. My God, this is a must see. All right, family. I'm gonna close this one early. Like the video, you dig, and